Welcome to another episode of the Ask Swank Show. And on today's episode, we are going to talk about sustainable growth and can an agency really sustain growth? Now, I'm just getting back from traffic and conversion, and I loved meeting everybody that I met there. So if I met you and you came up to me at any of my sessions that I did, man, it was awesome. I'm so glad you came to the session, you met me, and I want you to take action. You know, so many times people come to conferences and they have all these takeaways, but then they get back and they get in the hustle and bustle and they really don't get to implement the stuff that could dramatically increase their business. Now, if you can't tell, I am just getting my voice back. I talk so much to so many of you. I completely lost my voice on the last day. Thank God I was speaking the day before. And I actually sounded like Minnie Mouse, so I'm just struggling right now. Traffic and Conversion did an amazing job. Make sure you guys go there next year in San Diego. And in a couple weeks, I think maybe next week, I'm going to be at Social Media Marketing World. So if you guys are going to be there, hit me up and let's set up a meeting, and I'm happy to help. All right, so let's get into this week's episode.
I'm Jason Swenk, and I'm answering your questions. And this is Ask Swank.
Kristen asked, do you think there's a such thing as sustainable growth, or should you just aim for as much fast growth as possible and deal with the new business onboarding or staff? So, Kristen, it's really all about setting up the right systems. You know, I have that motto that I've been instilling in all of your guys' brains is systems outperform talent. Maybe you don't have a system for who is your perfect client. One of the questions I tell people to really kind of answer that could dramatically change your business and the clientele that you actually take on is, if you were only going to be paid for performance and the amount of results that you got, the better they are, the more you would be paid, who would that client be? What would that criteria be like? What would that service and solution that you actually offer them, what would that be? You know, see, agencies just take on any work that's coming to them, even if it's the work that they may not be that profitable to, or maybe it's something that they're not really the expert in yet, and they just take it on. Now, if you're starting out, I certainly understand you got to take on everything, and you got to experiment that with. But a lot of you listening are experienced, and you've been doing this for years, over years, right? Sometimes longer than me. But you guys are in that rut. And I really want you to really drill down and say, if I could pick one client, one particular type of client, what would that criteria be for the best results I could deliver? And you should go after that. I think that would make a huge difference for what you're doing. The other thing is really creating a system on the back end, the delivery side, right? So many of us will take on work, we'll get a bunch of work, and then we'll put all our attention into the delivery. And then the new business development suffers, and vice versa, and go back and forth and flip-flop. Just like you would look at your automation for your marketing, look at your automation for your onboarding process and really think about, how can I automate a lot of this? Or how do I make sure I come up with standard operating procedures that people can follow? I mean, think about when clients come in. Think of all the things that you have to get from them in order to start the project, in order to be successful. Those all could be automated. Now, we've covered a lot, and you have your marching orders. Now, I want you to go do this, and don't put it off. Schedule some time where you're actually going to look at your delivery process, you're going to look at your perfect client, and schedule it in the time in the calendar now so you can actually have some success. So until next time, have a swank day.